Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ukobo Akpan. I am the rich son of a classroom teacher, and I like to call myself the small business doctor. Here in this channel, I simply talk about the little things that we can do to improve ourselves daily, and I talk about the little things that we can do to improve and to grow as small businesses. Today, I am sitting here in the stadium, and it's a beautiful here. It's a beautiful view here. I normally show up at the stadium every day to train. I'm currently training as a boxer. I'm doing a professional training in boxing. Not because I really want to box, but because I love the mental discipline that boxing gives. It relates to business, it relates to every other part of life. Today, I want to talk to you about small decisions and how to make small decisions cumulatively count and amount to something great. When I first started my journey as an athlete back then in secondary school, I was always wishing that maybe someday I'll magically just get everything that every other athlete is having. Now, this didn't happen. Hi, if you're new in this channel, please click the subscribe button and subscribe to this channel because here we share ideas, practical ideas that are relatable and ideas that you can improve on and ideas that you can add to your daily life to make things work and to make things move fine for you. I especially love to talk about small businesses because um, what finances my lifestyle is the small business that I do. They are the small businesses that I do, and that's what basically finances my lifestyle. Okay, so talking about small decisions, the tiny decisions that we make daily, most people feel that someday they are going to wake up and everything feels good, everything looks fine, everything is going to just fall into place, and that's never going to happen. Most people feel that sorry about that. Most people feel that one day that the fitness they are trying to get, that they are suddenly going to get into shape, that heaven will come down and make them get into shape. That is also not going to happen. You see, if you have a long-term goal, if you have a plan towards something, I didn't start this way, okay? I had to go through the process of jogging, lifting weight, doing all of this to build my endurance to make me into the man that I am now. Now, in small businesses, I did not just start by owning a big business. I always tell people that I started by building small businesses. I've done farming. I've raised birds. I've planted groundnuts. I've planted watermelons. I've planted all kind of stuffs, just because I needed to raise money to do a bigger business. Now, today in the city of Uyo, I have one of the biggest studios, biggest photography and cinematography studios in Uyo, and it's in a prime location. Now, that did not happen overnight. It happened cumulatively because of the small decisions that I took. I knew for sure that I did not have someone who was going to give me big money. So I had to work towards it. I knew that my parents were not so rich to give me that money that I needed to buy maybe a camera because cameras are expensive. So I had to work towards it. I remember when I started farming, my mom had to lend me about 30,000 naira, which I bought a bag of groundnut and planted it on 1.5 hectares. I also included my money to plant. I had to do manual ridging in the 1.5 hectare farm. I went there every single morning. Once it was 4 o'clock, I was waking up with my Indian hoe, getting to the farm already to work. I did not do this because I was stupid. I did this because I understood that my small decisions would amount to something. I understood that the primary target was getting a camera, but I could not afford a camera at that time. But I knew that if I consistently saved money, that I would be able to afford a good type of camera. Now, that didn't just happen overnight. It happened cumulatively over a long period of time. Let's say 2 years. It took me about 2 years to be able to afford a camera. Before now, I used to hire cameras from people to work. But right now, I own my cameras that people sometimes come to hire. I own my lenses. At some point, I didn't even have a good camera, but I bought a good lens because the lens was quite affordable at that time. So I bought it. At some point, I couldn't afford to buy new equipment. I could not buy brand new equipment. So I bought equipment from people who wanted to upgrade. And that also helped me in the long term process. What is the decision that you are taking today? Is it also going to amount to that long term goal that you have? Most people will tell you, I want to keep fit. I want to do this, I want to do that. But their decisions daily act against what they have as their long-term goal. The decisions they take daily keep working against them. You want to stay in shape and you are eating chocolate every day. You want to stay in shape and you are eating ice cream every day. You want to save money and you are spending on stupid things. See, I have a friend that used to love the luxurious lifestyle. He will practically just lend money from you in order to take his girlfriend out. He will borrow money, take his girlfriend out, spend and all of that. He went broke. He's always going broke and looking for help. At some point, I used to help him, but then I realized that I wasn't helping him to become a better man. So I stopped. I stopped helping him. I stopped sending out my finances towards that useless lifestyle. I stopped helping him. I told him, see, look here, I am not. This is going to be the last time I'm lending you money because your irresponsible decisions. Imagine lending someone money, someone who just complained, he's dying, he's doing this. And the next thing you see is he's posting pictures of him in a bar with drinks and suya and all of that. These are the little things that we do that we unconsciously sometimes do not even take. Sometimes we don't even take notice of it, but it affects our life. It affects our long-term goals. Let's take for instance again, you want to start a business. Like I say, I am a small business doctor. I talk about small businesses with so much passion because I know what I've done. I know the processes that I've taken, and I know the decisions that I've taken and how it has worked for me. Now, for instance, you want to open a shop, and you're looking at a prime location to open your shop, but you currently have a room where you stay, and you know that yes, if I start this business in the room, I may not have so much patronage. So the wise decision will be just start it in your room. When you start it in your room, just like I did, you will be able to save up. And when you start in your room, it is not a crime to start in your room. It's not a crime to start small, like I always tell people. But it will be a crime if you stay small. It will be a crime if you stay small. So when you have a long-term goal, you work towards it. You do something about it. You have to deny yourself. Technically, strategically, deny yourself of the immediate gratification. Delayed gratification is very important if you're having a long-term goal. Most people have long-term goals that they never work towards. Most people have long-term goals and they never just do anything about it. They spend on everything. They just buy everything. They do everything. They go to every party. They do. It is not going to help you. As a small business, if you need to save up money, you need to start with the 5 naira, the 10 naira. If you are not wise with 5 naira, trust me, you will never be wise when you have 1,000 naira, and you'll never be wise if you have millions. Take for instance, there was a guy that was given money. He was called Dr. H2O. You all remember him. He was given so much money and he spent it. That's because he was not mentally prepared for such amount of money. So, any decision you take today, make sure that it is also working towards your long-term goals. I tell people that from the community where I started from, in my own rural community, most people are Okada men and fishermen. When they upgrade from being a fisherman, they become an Okada man. And most of them just do other menial jobs. They do farming and other stuff. I understood that I needed to go somewhere different from where those people were. I understood that I was different. So I took decisions that will help me to achieve my long-term goals. I had to delay so many things. Growing up as a young man, I didn't have most of the fancy stuff that people had. I didn't have the fancy. My room wasn't even with a very big mattress because most people in my community, once they started becoming a big boy, the first thing they did was buy a very big mattress, buy home theater and all of that to be making noise, buy generator. I didn't have all of that, but I was strategically saving. Today I can afford any of those stores because I delayed the gratification. If you have a long-term goal, delay the gratification. If you have a long-term goal, start now. Make small decisions that will amount to doing big things. Now, back to the athletic stuff. Today I'm in the stadium and my staff has opened the studio already. I could not have this freedom a long time ago to come to the stadium to train because I was just starting out. I could not leave my business at that point. But right now, I know that there's someone there. The studio is already open. At this point, this is around 7:30 a.m. The studio is already open. The cleaning is already happening there right now at the studio. And by 8:30, we will be open. I have that liberty to leave temporarily to come and do this. But if I was just starting out, if it was just my first year in business, I couldn't do this. I couldn't do this some months ago, like let's say 7 or 8 months ago. I could not do this. But building systems and cumulatively taking decisions and strategically planning has given me the opportunity and the privilege to be able to do this. You too can do it. It is in you. It is not that most people have. Most people will say, "Is it not because you were this, you were this?" It's not because I am not luckier than you. I'm not luckier than you. Nobody's luckier than you. You can do it too. It is ingrained in your DNA. It is in you that you can do it. You only have to learn how to take decisions that will count and that will amount to great things in future. If you like what I just said, or if this resonated with what you are trying to do, if this made any meaning to you at all, like and subscribe to this channel, and I'll bring you more content like this. And I promise you, I'll keep telling you the uncut truth, because I am your friend in the struggle. I understand exactly what you're going through. I have been there. I can talk about it because I have been there. I know what it feels like to start from nothing. I know what it feels like to sleep hungry. I have slept hungry so many times to save money to do what I want to do. You too can do it. You can do it. I have technically, I have practically, let me say not technically, technically is a very big word. I have practically slept hungry most times. I have eaten the things that I would not like to eat normally. I've eaten the things that didn't look like very important food just because I wanted to save up. Save, save, save. Live below your means so that you'll be able to save up. And stop trying to impress. Stop trying to impress anybody. Remember, if you have a long-term goal, you do not have to live like people who do not have long-term goals. And if you are just starting out, don't try to live like people who have just made it already, Understand where you are. Understand who you are. Understand where you are coming from. And understand where you are going to. I believe this made sense to someone. I believe someone can relate to this story. I believe someone out there started like me. And I believe someone out there can do better than I did. I believe someone out there will not make the same mistakes that I made. I am telling you this because I am your brother. I am your friend. And I understand that you need someone you can talk to. I am your friend in the making. Not in the making. I am your friend in the process. And let's grow together. Like and subscribe to this channel, and I'll bring more content like this your way. Bye-bye. For me, I'm saying, I'm the rich son of a classroom teacher. I do not think like a civil servant. I can do better than my parents. I am Ukobo Akpan. Like, share, subscribe to this channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend if you know my physical shop to please come and patronize me. I do photography, I do cinematography. I have farms too, and I do a whole lot of stuff. I do small businesses. Small businesses are the life. No. Small business is the life wire of the economy. Is that even correct? Whatever. I don't even know if that grammar is correct. But I know that small businesses drive the economy, and I know that small businesses are. Jesus Christ! Why am I messing up? I'm making a lot of mistakes here. I can just stop here. I'm not an authority in English, so if you like to crucify me, you crucify me. I don't care. I am just a small businessman. So whatsoever we are doing right here, and whatsoever I'm talking about, if the grammar is not correct, forgive me. If it is correct, take it. But I know that small businesses drive the economy, and small businesses are important. If any nation must grow, let us grow our small businesses, and let's not give up on the small businesses that we are doing. Bye bye.